Two. Oh, I see. It's a 2v2 on Polka. Let's go. I wasn't expecting a 2v2, but sure, why not? Why not, Bobby? Why not? Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our double Terran team. It is Miro and Syphon. And in the top left, we have a double oh my god, double Zerg against double Terran. We have Funkypolar, Polar Bear, and Ale. Hold on. What's the other button? It's good enough. It's fine. Double Zerg against double Terran. Our final game here of the night. This is an interesting map, Polka. So something that I would advise, especially if you're going double Terran, I don't think it's worth walling here. There are 2 entryways into the main bases, even though these are shared bases. There is 1 ramp coming into the natural. There's a mineral wall here. And yeah, there's 1 ramp, so typically it's advised to just wall off here instead as a more secure setup. To start your wall here, and then you can get, like, I guess, a secondary wall behind this if you wish. Just to be safe here on 2 bases. It's typically what is done in Team League matches. As behind this, Miro is going to be opening up double racks. Meanwhile, we have a CC first out of Syphon. Very greedy opener here from one Terran player, from the other much more aggressive. It looks like the goal here is for Miro to actually get map control and actually pose a threat to the opponent, while Syphon is greedy. And I wouldn't be surprised if Syphon from here goes into mech. That does feel... Oh no, actually, second racks. Let's go. Okay, going to be going for 2 racks behind it as well. Back at home, we have a gasless opener out of out of Ale, and Funky Bear is going to be going for a hatch gas pool. So standard opener from one, gasless from the other. Interesting. Going for a gasless opener feels really risky in a team league match. I keep saying team league, in a team match, team games. I'm just not used to saying team games. Smooch. But typically, because this gas is so late, we take 2 gases even, but just 1 for now. Just to try and catch up. Because of the delayed gas, this should be for roach play from Ale. Wouldn't be surprised if it is for roaches, as our first wave of Reapers are going to be moving out. First, they have arrived. I think he's going to try to engage. Queens are still a ways off, but once they do arrive, the Reapers are going to be deflected. As we have additional Reapers coming in behind the CC on the low ground, and yeah, pretty standard stuff so far. This is a very similar opener that we saw in the previous game out of Miro. Going double racks, Reaper into a 3rd CC. Very similar. Just applying pressure and being economic behind it. We even get a drone. Oh my god. 1, 2 workers going down. This is already getting out of hand. This is becoming too much damage here for Polar Bear to really sustain. Additional queens are coming in to help defend. That's a lot of queens actually from Ale. But a strong start from the Terrans as they get scouted, and the Overlord does confirm the 3rd CC and the additional Raxes. They are aware that it's going to be bioplay. Behind this, actually a really fast lair. I mean, earlier I did mention that we did have one of our Zerg players open up gasless, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ale was a little bit higher ranked here, because this is all making sense. Ale, he's skipping link speed, he's going straight into lair tech. From here, he's taking all 4 gases. This could be 2-base Muta, but he throws down 2 Evo chambers, so that throws me off a little bit. And it's gonna be, oh my god, 2-base Hydra. Very interesting. I'll be honest, I'm not fond of it. I like 2-base Hydra against something like a Protoss player. Against Terran, against Marines, a little bit less so. Obviously, like, how could I say? I'm a Miyamika fan. True. Miyamika, he does go 2-base Hydra against Terran. But what he does is that he still invests into melee upgrades, and he goes Hydras with a lot of Lings to support. The Lings are very important to buffer because the Hydras are like the anchor point for the army. It's not meant to be mass Hydra, it's meant to be Hydra Ling. So we'll see. We'll see how AL pieces this all together. Meanwhile, Funky Bear, of course, is just going to be droning, going Lings himself. Hasn't really chosen a tech path yet. We haven't seen a Baneling Nest or a Roach Warren or a Lair even, so that's a little bit odd. Funky Bear just falling a little bit behind as a result. Now getting into his own tech, going double Evo Chamber and Baneling Nest? Question mark? I imagine Baneling Nest. Back at home, getting into our Bio Army as well. Okay, nothing too out of the norm, just building ourselves up. Third base could be taken. Both players could be taking their third bases actually as the double drop is coming in. And Funky Bear just doesn't really have anything for this. Hatchery is going to be going down. Likewise, we could just rotate over towards this center third base as well. So it's just very little to hold on to this. Our Lings are coming in for a surround. We could try to pull back to the Widowmine, but last we had just zoned away. Our force back as the Hydra army is amassing. Still no Baneling Nest. I'm pretty sure that this drone was supposed to be a Baneling Nest, but just pure Ling here out of Funkypolar Bear. He's staying on one gas, so I guess it makes sense. There we go. Lair is now on the way. But behind this, we just have, yeah, just biocentric armies all around. And head to head, I do worry here for the Zerg players. I don't know if they have the best response to this, especially without Banelings. Like if we want to be going into like Infestors or something, then sure. But just, yeah, interesting. I mean, okay. So earlier I mentioned how Mass Hydra isn't really a thing. It has to be like Hydra Ling, ideally. That is what we are working with. Like, that is what Funky Bear has. Funky Bear, he has Lings, Ale has Hydras, but they have to be working together. Oh, as we cancel the third? Oh. A bit of an overreaction there out of Funky Bear. Okay, the Hydras are coming in, but we need to fight together. Uh-oh. Here we go. Lurkers are on the way behind us as well. There's that Baneling Nest. And I do worry if these Hydras are caught on their own. Speaking of, Miro just chilling back at home here with his own bio army, working towards his third, now getting a fourth. Likewise, Syphon, his third base is delayed, but he's going to be floating it over on location on the right-hand side. And economically, the Zerg players are kind of being left behind at this point. Again, Ale, he is on 3-base saturation, which is good. But we have our teammate here only on 2. Drop is going to be coming in. It is spotted. Hydras are on the way. Making their way towards the main. Greens are coming out. Oh. And again, I do feel like our Terran players here have just been very passive. This entire time we've had a massive Marine army and the Hydras have been stuck at home. 100% we could have been going for some more drop play and just pressure overall, cleaning up all this creep, vying for map control. But yeah, just really passive play overall from both of our Terran players here. Despite their armies, which are meant to be really mobile and really active, that's like one of the big strengths here of going Marine Medevac, is being able to be active on the map and vie for map control and, you know, drop and punish bases. Syphon has been trying this. Syphon, he has been quite successful. Miro could have been doing the same and has been just stuck at home, just turtling up instead. We've just been turtling and chilling. And this is allowing Ale to get away with a lot. I feel like Ale has been very greedy here. Otherwise we just changed our day and night cycle. But we have full 3-way saturation. We have a 4th on the way. We have a Hive, Ultra Tech, sorry, Lurker Tech. Spire on the way. It's crazy. It's crazy what Ale has gotten away with. Gotten away with murder, but. But it does feel like Funkypolar Bear is more of a weak link here between these two players, and may be able to go for it. Are we stimming back home to deal with the Overseer? No! Overseer will eventually be dealt with by the turret. So we can focus on the push, Pappy. We can focus on it. Aye, aye, aye. It wasn't just Syphon, it was Miro as well. Turned back around for it. But yeah, the crease red here has been lacking from Polar Barons. Look, I can see this Lingbane army crumbling, but we'll see. We'll see how the engagements do go. As both armies are about to clash. Stim is done. At the same time, we do have a Miro pushing in towards the left-hand side, where there are lurkers waiting for him. And this is not an ideal army to push into lurkers, not at all. Likewise, Funky Bear getting into ultras as well. Jesus, I knew I said ultras for a reason. There was an ultra cabin on the way. But yeah, at this point, I would say the Terran players are now becoming outscaled. Like, they don't have Ghosts, they don't have Liberators either. With Ultras and Lurkers coming out, this army has an expiration date, and that expiration date was like 10 minutes. I was like, oh boy. So we may be entering a split map scenario. Where the Terrans aren't able to break in, but the Zergs likewise refuse to push as well. And we just look at each other. Let's go. Yes, again, I do think that we were, again, a little bit too passive here, especially on the right-hand side. So the Ultras, they're coming out. We've gotten away with it. Getting away with all the Ultras. It's going to put a kill on this base. The Lurkers do reposition. Uh-oh. And the spines! Big spine shots go off. The entire army crumbles here, and now it's go time for Ale. Miro, he plummets 70 supply. Everything's gonna go down. And now is the time to push. Now we push, Papi. I know both teams have been very passive this game, but this is the opportunity for Ale to just send it across the map. There's nothing back at home to defend. A couple of ghosts. On the left-hand side, big fungals. But the onus is on Ale to push out. And if he doesn't, he's giving the opportunity for the opposing team to come back in this game. And big bathing connections as well, but not enough ultras. So Syphon is pushing through on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, this Lurker army did take a little bit too long to move out. We took a solid 30 seconds there. And now we have a tank line. We have a tank line, we have Liberators. There was potential, but Ale has missed his timing. We catch some drops, we catch some medevacs. While Syphon again gaining ground. Greater Spire on the way. Oh god, we're gonna end up in a split map scenario. No, not like this. Not like this. Yeah, so essentially, this kind of army without Vipers can't really break this contain, or can't really break this position. With all these tanks and Liberators, Lurkers have a really hard time pushing in. Night Storms help. They do help with this. If we're able to get vision elsewhere. I think actually I would really like it if Ale had rotated over to help out his teammates and both work together. to break through this bio tank army. Especially because Miro is too heavily fortified. Like now with ghosts and tanks. I do think that Ale is like tunnel visioning a little bit too much here. He's gonna bypass those liberators. He's gonna be able to get on top of the tanks. Up the ghosts! Oh my god. Half the ghosts do go down. CCs are falling. We get on top of the base. Center CC does go down. Both of them actually. Bit of misfiring there from Ale. But again, I do like the idea of him coming to help as Mass Ultra's not going to do well here, Papi. The tank line, the Ultras, how many are going down? Oh my god. They do have 3-3, they do have Kindness Plating, but every single Ultra is going to fall here. They do get cleaned up. An expensive trade from Funkypolar Bear, and that was everything. That was 100 supply worth of Ultras. 15 Ultras, man. And Syphon is going to be able to get on top of this. Take down the base, take down the hatchery. Clutch transfuses, but hatchery will still fall. But again, it's like there are two 1v1s going on right now, and I feel like both teams are kind of missing out on opportunities to help each other. Like the reality is that if we send a couple of these ghosts over to the right hand side, then the Ultra cleanup would have been so much cleaner. Likewise, if our Hydra Lurker army had rotated over to support the Ultras, then they would have been able to break through easier as well. So again, I feel like we're kind of lost in our own like halves of the map. And as a result, Funkypolar Bear, he's struggling, Papi. He's struggling to hold on. He's down to 100 supply. And Syphon should be able to break through. So even though I would say that Ale's army here is actually pretty intense, pulling off a 1v2 is going to be a difficult thing to accomplish, and he has to support his teammate. Mine's going to be going off. Nuke coming into play as well. The nuke will connect, taking down the mineral line. And Ale is still just trying to find that opening here with his main army. Ultras are falling. I guess we're just refusing to make ghosts. Only Miro can make the ghosts. I see. I understand. Hatch is going to be going down. Another nuke will be connecting here. Not too much mining going on, unfortunately, but yeah, it gets damage done, I guess. And the Ultras are going to be falling here. Once again, this base will crumble as well. And Ale can't do this on his own. As his teammate, he's hurting, Papi. He's hurting. Been hurting for a while. Funkypolar Bear down to sub 100 supply. Another nuke on the way. And the question becomes, is Ale going to turn around and help his teammate? That's that's the real question. As the Bio Army pushes on forward here, going to be able to camp some of these eggs. And there we go. He does rotate around. He's coming to help after everything's dead. After all the Ultras have gone. Yeah, and again, these Lurkers are going to have a much easier time cleaning this up. A good cleanup here of Syphon's army. And again, this is something that we could have done long ago. This is with our powers combined, Papi, we can beat them. And now it's on Miro here to rotate as well. He's going to be going for a counterattack instead. Now Syphon's the one in trouble. Nida Storm's all over the place. Nuke on the way. No, we haven't noticed. The mineral line. Every worker is going to go down. Likewise, planetaries are falling. God. Lurker's having a hard time pushing up this ramp, but we have Broodlords alongside this as well. And Syphon, he cannot defend against this, not on his own. He's holding fairly well though. Planetary with the repairs. Ultras coming in too soon, or too late, sorry. As the Ultras will go down. One of them at least. Oh, and Miro, did he turn around? Oh, he did. And Miro, he did turn around. He's relying on nukes instead to just harass, cripple the economy of Ale. Ah, I see what you did there. They are. As the nukes go off, bases are going down. Again, Ale cannot do this on their own. They're gonna try though. Ultras are being called out. No. Oh my god. Massive snipes go off. And now we can push on forward here towards the north. We're working together, finally. It's like an Avengers movie, right? Where but that's spent like the first half, like, you know, having issues with each other. I don't know what issues they had. But you know, there's no teamwork. And then at the end, you know, they resolve their issues. They have a heart-to-heart. They have like a drink in the bar. And they're like, yeah, we're not so different. Tony. You too, Hulk. And now they're going to come together. The lurkers are coming in. Big spine shots. There's no detection. Am I crazy? Yeah, there's no detection. Yeah, there's no detection. The ghosts are going ham. They can snipe everything, whatever they want. And the ghosts will stand strong. Overseer's now on the way. Oh my god, it's daytime again. Oh, the nukes. We notice! But not in time to save the base itself. Oh god! Hatchery will go down. Ale has 7,000 minerals, I just realized. Send your money to your teammate! Oh my god! What is happening? We have 7k minerals! Just give it to Funky. Ay, ay, ay. Let him play, Papi. Let him play. Like, Ale just can't spend his money. Likewise, Miro, you can do the same. You can give Syphon some minerals as well. Syphon is trying to get up and running. DC is being caught out. Pushing forward once again. SCV is going to be going down, but we have so many ghosts. Oh, and the snipes are getting pretty insane here. Miro may be losing some bases. Oh my god, does snipe some of those lurkers. A bit of an overextension from those ghosts. And Syphon is still in this. He has an army. That's more than I can say for Funky. As he's taking down more of these bases. pushing. He can keep on pushing here towards what little is left. Funky has 0 mining going on. He saved some of his drones. He's taking another base. But he has no income. He has larva. No income to speak of. So we catch even more of these drones. We do see Ale coming in though. He can fight this. He can clean this up. Oh, a bit of a miss rally as well. Regardless, Syphon escapes with some units. The nukes their own stuff. We're setting up first round. Do we have detection? We do! We do have detection. The ghosts get completely shut down. Miro losing almost everything. And is this going to be it? Miro, he doesn't really have much of a bank left. Ale, can he 1v2? I guess he may. Pushing into this is still going to be difficult though. But not impossible. SCVs are falling. It does feel like Ale should be able to take this. If only he had some Vipers or some Infestors. Mainly Vipers. As we are going to be able to push on in. Lurkers, they get in position, they take down the Thors at least. We do have a lot of Corruptors, a lot of supply instead Corruptors, but they can't really add too much here to this fight. As the Hydras, they close the distance, they get on top of the tanks. Behind this, Syphon taking down another base. The last Funky base, no! Let Funky mine! Bases are falling one after the other. Syphon though, going for a drop across the map. The MVP getting the mineral line. Ale has 4,000 minerals and 2,000 gas. Just share the money, share the load. Ale, he has enough to rebuild an army or to just give Funky a chance to make some ultras. The drop though is going to be pulling him back home. The Fungals though, oh my god. The Fungals. We'll clean this up. It's now going to become a battle between Syphon and Ale, and Syphon, he's got 2 bases. He can create an army. He is producing. Miro getting back into this, floating over some CCs. Ale slowly burning through his bank. Does Funky have anything? Oh, these two Infestors, they're Funky. Oh, let's go. That's all he has. I'm cheering for these Infestors. I'm cheering for them. But yeah, Ale, he's being pulled apart. This is his last mining base, and it is gonna fall. No hatcheries mining left. And Syphon, he's got 2 bases. He's chilling. Chilling here with 2 bases. Could even take a center base as well if he wanted to. Armies are about to clash. Quality-wise, I do think that Ale can still take a fight, but depends on the angle of the attack. He does catch the ghosts. 2 ghosts do go down. Where are the scans? Oh, a bit of an awkward scan. The Infestors, no! Live. Not like this. The infestors, they are saved. And this is going to be a one-way trip here for Syphon. He has potential though. He could potentially get on top of these lurkers as well. Oh! Oh, that's one infestor goes down. There's one infestor left. You can do it, Funky. That's all he has. One infestor. But another counterattack. It's one of Ale's base, that's fine. Funky, what does he have? Okay, he's got this one infestor. He's controlling. He's got two queens back at home, which are just chilling. Do we have Burrow? We do. Burrow back. Hey, we're on a mission. Where are we going? No! Funky has since left the game. He taps out. He knows that he's just run out of steam. There's nothing left for him to do. Feels infestor, man. No. It's gonna be left alone. It's been abandoned. Has no master to call its own. No! The Marines! They're gonna come across it. It's hurting no one. GG. That's the end of the game. As far as I'm concerned, the game is over. So Corruptors A2 managed to Cosmic Spray down one of these bases. They're constant nukes. But at this point, we can actually probably go for elimination. We can probably just kill all the Zerg buildings, to be honest. At this point, we may as well. Yeah, just send it across the map and just bust into the main. There's very limited drones out on the map. There's very limited mining. We could just base trade, and I think we're going for it. There's no reason not to. No reason not to. We do see our Zerg player just trying to push through the center, but... Oh, we can Nidus back home. True. We can Nidus the Hydras back home. What about the lurkers, though? Yeah, so we're just heading into the main base. GG gets called. There's no other way out of it. And Miro, alongside Syphon, will take the 2v2. GG. GG, well played. GG. Again, very chaotic. But that's how team games are. It is what it is. Yeah, GG. Thank you so much for all the replays. I do appreciate it. Appreciate all the submitted replays. Yeah, I may put a cap on team games. I mean, it's the first time that we've been casting some viewer team games, and yeah. I don't know if there's much to get into with that, but nonetheless, GG. Did go down to the wire. It's one of those things where, at least from my experience with team games, you very rarely get late game. It's not really a thing that happens too often. I feel like there's a lot of cheese. A lot of like 2 base all-ins in team games, and you can get, yeah, difficult to actually get into like 3 or even 4 base saturation. At least without like mech or skytoss. So I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Let's go. Ultra, so thick. They are. Catching up in the chat. Actually, yeah. It's all good. I totally could have beaten Dolan if he didn't attack me first. All right, well, with that, we are done. We are done for today. We just finished casting up the Tenacious Turtle Tussle and a bunch of viewer replays as well. Thank you. Do appreciate it. I am completely worn out. I need to get some food. I was gonna nap before WTL, but I don't know if I have time. I don't know if I have time to sleep. I'll try. I will try though. For those wondering, World Team League is in 6 hours. Just under 7 hours. Just under 7 hours time for our next broadcast. So I will do my best to get some food and get some sleep and get ready for our next cast. There's also the Syphon Cup in 5 hours, but I think we're gonna hold off. I think we're gonna hold off on the sorry, not Syphon, the Scion Cup. I think I'm gonna hold off on the Scion Cup just to get some extra sleep in and just to get some rest. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support. Shout out to all the viewers that did redeem their replays. And yeah, with that, we are going to be wrapping things up. Stick around. We're gonna be giving another streamer a raid. Not too sure who's streaming right now. Dave. We can raid Dave. Or there's Practice X. I know Practice X does a lot of team games. Yeah, Practice. He's playing it. Of course, he's playing a 2v2. Of course, he is. Este Practice X. Yeah, we'll give some love to Dave. He's been supporting us for quite some time. Unless there's another streamer. So stick around. Give him a chance. Give him some love. Give him some support. And we will be heading off for the night. We do appreciate it. We're going to be back in a couple of hours, so stay tuned. I'll see you then. I'll see you then for the next cast. I'm going to get some food and then I'm going to get some sleep. I'm gorge at this point. But we'll see you guys next time. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Hasta luego. Bye.